Freshman Tahad Hanford check in for the first time.
And this is what you have to do to get it inbounds. They're so tough. Baseline out of bounds.
Holloman anchors that second unit for Michigan State. We're tied at 6.
He provides a big lift because he can make threes and also nice cut. Carr!
Over. He's averaging just under 2 steals per game. The pull-up, Murray, no. Long rebound to Carr.
Right now, Raph, Ole Miss out-toughing Michigan State. Not something I'm accustomed to saying. But right away, scrapping.
Nice pass.
And it's Carr who banks it through.
Nice find by Fears. You know,
3 minutes without a point. Dia trying to put an end to that. Cannot. Rebounded by Akins. Ahead quickly for Holloman, who's met by Morrell.
Yeah, they don't get into the action quick enough.
Who's going to step forward offensively here for Michigan State? Holloman, he's got the big. 6 to shoot. Lost it. Carr is there and cleans it up on the inside.
In the right spot.
To the hole. 31-22. Morrell, native of Memphis, Tennessee, has got 7 for Ole Miss. Fears. Looking for an alleyway. It's not there.
Well, they're right there on the catch. Here's the switch again.
Working the baseline now into the paint. Kick. Fears doesn't take the initial jumper. Carr will. And connects on a deep line. We saw it by 2. Carr thought about the 3. Instead, he'll drive. He'll hang. Come up short. Rebound. Comes away with it and puts it in.
Individuals.
They lead Michigan State 48-39 with 12:10 to play in this second half. No points for the last 4 minutes for the Spartans.
This kid's got to get going.
Richardson
nice check out.
Splits the defenders, loses the ball. Carr hangs in there and gets the bucket. The mark. Battle for it. Dug out by Padula.
Nice hand.
Knocked away by Fears. Look out! We get the full. Carr.
So you play the odds if you're Richard Pitino.
Worst three-point shooting team in the Big Ten, but they showed you the other night just how lethal that they can be on their best night.
Well, if they keep getting those looks, they'll be okay.
Driving kick, here comes Carr. Oh, he is something.
We're sitting over to the right side here behind him, and you could just tell when that ball left his fingertips, that had good looking all over it. Go up again, watch this.
Holloman throwing it up, and Carr.
So when Bryant comes down and they just take their time in their sets, they've had a little bit more success than trying to force the action.
Badly needed basket there. Coen, Carr, mid-range, Jay. With the Hall of Famer.
Fabulous.
Had a couple of weeks ago in East Lansing. Just enjoying himself as much as he ever has. All the challenges of the sport, changing landscape. Just consider the change that he has observed over his 30 years.
And a grandfather also.
Indeed.
And a zone for Bryant.
Jeremy Fears going to swing it near side, so a changing defensive look here that they're looking at from the Bulldogs. 6 to shoot. Carr, boy, pretty spin into the drop. Mitchell, Withers on top, too high with the pass.
If that pass wasn't too high, it would have been perfect.
Whoa. Carr taking flight. Gets it back to Holloman. Akins. Wow. Cooper skiing. Here's pin zone. Deep baseline, 2 missed it.
4 on 1.5 here.
Here he comes. Wow. Scene.
Pretty well defended.
Tough shot. Carr!
Oh my goodness.
Just nasty.
And back to that man-to-man now. They started the game in, but they've been switching up with zones.
Fears. Look at Carr on a stick back.
And turn it up a notch.
A 10-2 run.
Under again, they got away with it.
In and out for Tanjay. Players looking for more.
Doesn't matter once he gets the ball.
57-52 Wisconsin. He has scored 28 of their points. 7:40 to go.
Jamming it up, Gilmore.
Fears with it, and the
season.
Brandon Angel completes a three-point play. Dan Altman was asked, playing the noon game yesterday, the noon game today, 9 a.m. body clock, does that affect the team? And he gave it very little consideration. He said, no, this is our 5th cross-country trip. We're used to it. We're ready to go. Coen Carr unattended, and he makes the Ducks pay. Holloman gets the screen, steps into a 3. Carr goes way up for the board and the put in.
Man, that might get
3:45 stand between Michigan State and the semifinals tomorrow. Since their last big run, Michigan State clamped down on defense and has kept Oregon at about a double-digit deficit.
He got hit towards the rim. The jumper doesn't go for Cheddar. And one and done for Michigan.
This is a speed lineup for Michigan. They've got to get back. They know that. Don't give up some early hits. Zapawa's got a mismatch if they want. A little late finding them, but they do.
Zapawa, knock away, scoop up, and the layup goes for.
Transfer from Manhattan College to Iowa this year. They need a little help getting that ball in, and Richardson comes to help out his teammate.
Tom Izzo was concerned about this press earlier at shoot-around. He wants this team to go attack to score, and that's exactly what they're doing here.
Oh my, Coen Carr, few attack the rim. Here's Sanford at the foul line. Left it short. Carr hot potatoes it out of his hands to Akins. The lock to Carr for the two-hand flush and a one-point game. Timeout, Iowa. Front end of the one-on-one won't go, but there's Carr to rip it away.
These last couple minutes for Coen Carr. Oh, my God.
Oh, the lob for the lead. 60-59, Iowa, 9.5 to play in Iowa City. Here's Carr again. Cooper back to Fears. Fears with 8 to shoot. Carr driving inside. Tough 2 for Carr.
And he changes on the floor. Very close. Tanjay trying to create some space over Carr. Played it well defensively. And Tanjay.
Here we go upstairs.
Holloman, it's Carr.
You look up, you might have gotten a layup with McGee.
Here comes Tanjay knifing in.
Great play there by Carr. Got his both hands on that ball. Look out.
Just getting it.
That's a different story there with Gillespie, but you got Cooper shooting a 15-footer, Queen shooting from 19. Look out.
Hello, Carr!
Wasn't getting their depth. Maryland, though, in this game, all kinds of, a lot of possessions are starting to just feel like that.
Michigan State's doing a good job, not just on the ball, but making him feel uncomfortable. Whoa, oh my.
Does some nice little pass and go.
Golden couldn't finish. I mean, that is a one-timer from the point forward. Wolf. Good chance. Richardson will definitely fire and miss. Coen Carr.
What we had seen in previous games.
Thing is, the assists have been there, though. Double-digit assists in 2 of the last 3.
The cleanup man. Smith will inbound. It is hard to believe that Fletcher Loyer's only taken 1 shot and perfect off-ball defense. Lob it up. Coen Carr.
Igniting Michigan State's fast break game.
Loyer knocked away. Fiddler again. Carr filling the lane. Get out of the way. It's Smith. Harris. 3-ball. Off. Some pressure from Cox. Holloman gets right past him. Double team, step through.
Good job of stepping through that trap by Holloman.
Richardson will bleed this clock down. Richardson, lob it.
Oh boy.
The other way. Batted around. Tracked down. Fears. Drives. Hands it off. Inside. 2 hands. Crossover dribble. Holliman, the teardrop off the window, no ball tipped up and in. Look alive. Turnaround jump shot, and that goes down for Yakachona.
Notice too, never discontinued his dribble. Continued to seek and search where the opening was and got 2 feet in the lane and showed off that feathery touch right inside.
Yakachona's averaging 24 over the last 2. Carr inside with muscle, and it goes. Ivasic blocked. As Fears got a hand on that basketball.
Excellent rotation by Fears, and this is what Michigan State is tough in transition.
Richardson the other way. Cooper. Deflected. Yakachonas hits the deck.
Great hustle by Yakachonas, but numbers by Michigan State.
Inside. Carr with again. Aggressive. Carson Cooper can't get it to stay down. Offensive rebound, Michigan State. Baseline, Carr. And one.
Games that they've lost in a row. 3 of those games on the road, and then they go back home having to adjust, and they lose Nebraska on their home floor. So as they continue to adjust, I think they'll start to get wins because they're certainly talented.
Carr getting in the lane, left hand, got the bounce at the Breslin Center.
USC did a great job in transition against them defensively. Tonight, UCLA's doing that. Now when you're set offensively in the half court, you got to find ways to score. And it's just been tough for Michigan State to find buckets in the half court set.
On Carr, pull up over Daly. It seems like this should be a bigger lead for UCLA.
It should, right? And they're on Michigan State's only down by 7 points. I mean, they got to cut back on their turnovers. It's 12-2 in the turnover department. I'm sure they got to be better in this next 11 minutes. But if you're Michigan State, you have a lot to look forward to because you're still in this ball game. You just got to get some really good easy points in the paint.
Holliman up top. How about that? The elevator
ball out there in Irvine, California. In particular, Calvin Mitchell, Sean Marshall, Paris Blackwell, and those guys. And they do a lot of great things with his handles. You know, he's a big guard where he's going to have smaller guarding him. And you're going to see a variety of different finishes with his right and left hand, as you can see already. But unbelievable kid, terrific parents, and he just loves the game of basketball. A student too as well.
Coen Carr. Albo feeling it. And Fears wants to run again.
And look at Fears pushing the basketball and just trying to create any mismatch for his teammates.
Minnesota, which came on the heels of his 20-point output against Rutgers. There's Carr. The episode on Peacock that's all about the cowbell, highly recommend. Here comes Fears.
Oh, got in the air and still got it in.
Pretty well here tonight. It's defended well by Coen Carr, but just better offense.
Clear talking to Ben Johnson this morning about how much he likes that one freshman that's getting minutes for his team.
Certainly has a lot of intangibles you like, can play the point, has good size. Have to think that he's the point guard for the future for this Minnesota team.
Frankie Fiddler to the lane. Spartans now 7 to shoot. Fears. Carr, little pull-up. Good possession.
When they're giving him that shot.
Carson Cooper already has 9 rebounds.
Coen Carr.
Garcia, another good first step. Ball batted around. Back to Richardson. Carr. Oh, wow.
Did you bring for the trip?
Did you step it up for the guard, Jay? Honestly.
Always stepped it up for the guard.
Booker is in for Michigan State. This is a 10-3 lead for Rutgers.
Let's see if they can keep the guards out of the lane.
Tough drive and finish. It's Coen.
Well, can make a deep one.
And Raph and Jay, because of that injury to Obole, Bryce Dortch, who was being redshirted, is now in. They lost.
It's a Jersey kid that's really happy to be back at Rutgers.
1:45 to play, first half.
Yeah, good defense on that little curl. They're taking away a lot of the initial action.
Here's Fears floated out. Major acrobatics from.
Here's your zone, Jay. Foul line's wide open. Oh, you got to match up on the wing, too. Look at this kid. Soar. This game now.
Yeah.
Everybody's staying a little late cover. Somerville off the heel.
Holloman with some
Look at this. You don't pay.
Look out! Major!
6 on the box. Backing down Cooper. 7 on the timer. EB6, the little hesitation. And now Michigan State looking to push with Holloman.
Good job by Illinois to get back and match up.
This is Carr. Off balance, gets the friendly down. See if that doesn't breathe life into this Spartans team. Boswell, long 3. And Cooper starting to put his imprint on this game. This is Carr going to get him reset to Fears. Down to a 1-possession game. Fiddler trying to create some space into the corner. This is Carr. Splash!
Under 8-minute media timeout and the 4-minute timeout.
Michigan State. Carr! The divisional game right here on CBS. Hummer Kaus playing his graduate season after the last 3 years at Huntington University, an NAI school. First 3 years, or first year, or senior year, I beg your pardon, at Evansville. And what a piece he's turned out to be for Brad Underwood of this Illinois team. Here comes Carr, weaving his way all the way to the rack.
Site for Puff Johnson, under 29%.
And you have to assume that that's Booker understanding the scouting report, saying, all right, on any dribble drive, we're helping off Puff Johnson and making him prove it.
Holloman down the baseline. There's Carr to the rim.
And it's certainly a tough situation with his shoulder. Missed a bunch of games early, and he's been thrown to the fire in Big Ten play, and he's held his own.
Yeah, didn't make his debut till January 2nd with that injury. Chase Richardson will back it up. Chase Richardson, Jeremy Fears has been terrific in that backcourt. Carr on the drive, floats that one up and in, a little there. Now on the push, it's Kern right down the middle of the floor. He lost the handle, and Fiddler comes up with it. Bounce ahead to Akins, the lob to Carr, catch and finish.
That's a really mature Penn State.
Barnheiser, step back J. Confidence, still off. Jimmy, you were a scorer. What do you do when this happens?
You got to get yourself to the basket, either via the drive, get to the free throw line. Don't give up those things right there.
Bleidenbach taken away. Michigan State with numbers.
To double team and then find guys open on the weak sides. Need that one.
Makai Mason, though, off the mark. Another shot goes missing for the Huskies. Carr on the other side. Well,
Carr, lefty jumper, short. Gets his own rebound, goes to the hole and makes it down.
Now, the jump shot.
The screen. Fears, driving, off balance, off the heel. Picked out, rebounded. Frankie Fiddler hands it off. Akins, new shot clock. Ohio State digging in deep defensively. Here comes that same screen. Fears the other way this time. Hangs, deals. Oh! And a two-hand.
Shovel down to Burton after the no call. Willis picks up the assists. Michigan State trying to grind this out.
Grind is a great description because it has been far from pretty.
In the corner, he knocked one down against FAU.
Shake and bake, instead the 3. And no good. Flying through the air. We'll see that a lot from Coen Carr. Carr on the drive. Fouls. Shot clock winding down. And it's knocked away. Coen Carr gets it back. Carr.
Penetration into the lane all the way to the rim.
Right on cue, but Carroll had it ripped away.
Good hands.
Carr again.
After a great start, 12's been quiet.
Cooper knocked it away. Just one for their last 11. Richardson, nice pass to Carr again.
The time left for FAU. They've got to stop fouling and they've got to start knocking down some threes.
off the bounce created that.
Oh! He can jam it. He can swat it.
Pass it around Akins. Now Carr for three. Oh, sequence for Coen. 7 to shoot. Around the screen, Akins jumper. Carr follows again. The game.
Number 7. Outlet. Oh, Lord. Oh, wow. And Cole tipped it up and in. Was guarded by Carr. Blocked by Carr.
Man, does he get off the floor quickly?
It's effortless. Fears, lobs it, Carr, catch, bank off the glass. It's been a long time coming here. Morgan misses, something that hasn't happened very much today. And Fears accelerates, but blows a tire. Throws it. Oh my gosh!
Shot clock down to 4. He'll shoot over Akins. Contested shot, no.
Rigsby's got to get a couple easy looks. Just depending on three-point looks, it's kind of tough when you don't make your first couple.
Akins slashing, great feed, and there is Carr flying in the air. 5 for the first time. Receives the bounce pass. Oh, looked to throw it down, could not finish.
And he had ill intentions on that.
And now Fears, that guy won't miss this opportunity.
The Spartans in particular for Coen Carr.
Mitchell lost the ball. Here comes Carr. Mitchell trying to get back. Carr lays it up and in, and a foul. He has 6.
I like Austin. I really like his game. I'd like to see him be a little bit, look for his shot a little bit more. I like what he's putting on the floor right now.
Underneath, another extra pass.
Down the floor before Spartans set up.
16 for Garcia. Came in averaging 19 per game, 5th most in the Big Ten. Fiddler, bounce pass, it's Carr, and another dunk.
One coach and has as much success as anyone in the game.
That one rims out the high archer from R.J. Davis. Michigan State 0 for 8, and how about that?
Golden State and the Suns, that may be, I think they've been referred to as the group of death in the Emirates NBA Cup.
How much of a fan of the Emirates NBA Cup are you?
I love it. When you see how seriously the...
Receiving an elbow to the head in the first half against Memphis in the semifinals yesterday.
But another offensive rebound. Coen Carr picks it up, and Elliott then getting to the open spot for the midi.
Getting his first points of the game. He had a season-low 12 points and 5 of 11 shooting against Auburn last night. Carr ramming into Davis. Still waiting.
Vandy is no longer an easy win. Alabama found that out earlier this year. SEC football is elite once again.
Diego Pavia changing the vibe there in Vandy. And 17 points for Trey Holloman. Davis can't finish around the rim.
The Spartans have made everything difficult for R.J. Davis throughout this game.
Holloman shovel pass, and
in the lane for Memphis. Michigan State's going to have to spread them out.
Richardson, nice shovel pass, and Carr will finish this one. And making it hard for Michigan State just to get the ball in. Richardson comes to get it. So here's Holloman, the junior from Minneapolis, one of the co-captains on this team, along with Jaden Akins. Carr always looking to get closer to the basket, and you see why. Hammond left alone and smoothly knocks down the 2 to put the Buffaloes back on top.
Michigan State's had a little bit of an issue covering ball screens early in this game. Blanchard did a nice job of hedging out top.
This is Trey Holloman with the ball, the backup point guard. He played a ton of minutes in the win over Sanford. Coen Carr will bank it home. One of the best athletes in college. Last 3 games, including today. They basically split time at the 4 spot. And Michigan State getting down the court. And from Malone.
So tough for Coen Carr to try to get around in front of Elijah Malone. It really does feel like when Michigan State played Bowling Green and Marcus Johnson, the big man from Bowling Green, just had his way with the Spartans.
Isn't he a unique talent?
Yes.
Got a little DJ Burns in him, right? With
A little bit, not as athletic.
Right. Carr. And Carr can... A loaded field. And again, the game's coming your way tonight. Auburn and Iowa State on ESPNU, and then Dayton, North Carolina on ESPN2. Coen.
Bigs have to stay locked in and active against this explosive offense.
Colin Holloway driving, defense arrives, shot is off the mark, and rebound goes to Carson Cooper. Now pass it ahead, quick pass, and it's a beauty to Coen. 13% to begin this year, 2 of 16 from deep coming in, so you know it felt good to see one go down. Now,
quickness to get by him. Created space into the corner for to shoot. Off the mark from Dejon Humphrey. Akins accelerates, dish off, Carr for the slam. Campbell's got to do something. Campbell pulls up. Nearly banked it home, rebound to Coen. Beers, lob, Carr rises. Johnson the other way. Missed the layup. Kayat, no. Spartans running with numbers. Carr. Oh, goodness.
You're getting close to 5 minutes left with a 1-point lead. And they're going to start to, it's going to get tougher and tougher for Michigan State.
Carr, hop step for 2. Late shot clock for Akins. Short, Carr, the putback.
Absolutely. And especially when you got a guy in trouble that's picked up his dribble.
Things are starting to pick up offensively for both teams after a very cold shooting night. Fears. And Carr will slam it home.
I think Army might be able to get high enough to be one of the 5 highest ranked conference champions, and I do think there's a scenario in which all of those SEC teams you mentioned.
They have some kind of tradition, don't they? Boy, a couple of looks at a 3. Kohler, and the finish by Carr.
Sunday Ladune fading from the elbow. That's a tough shot. Numbers and the lob to Carr. Sanders, nice. Drops it off to Zapawa. Wraparound pass and the hammer for Carr.
Might have been tipped by Jack Collins there, but wasn't.
Yeah, here comes Carr, flight 55, hammers it home.
Doesn't end up there, but how they make that switch is something to look at.
Yeah, really good job that time from Carr, coming to help out and force the missed jumper. Once again, Carr gets the lob pass. Nice pump fake that time, but gets the end.
These are some really interesting matchups, as you were talking about, how Kohler and Carr are matching up against Mecca and Collins. You said it, you can abuse a defense if you don't defend it right.
2 seconds on the clock. Then Carr goes all over. One stop, that one rattles in. 18-point lead for the Spartans. Powell has it over quickly to Richardson. Swing pass over to Carr, driving inside, and Carr